Hello students, now today we are going to solve the sample question paper of CBSE. Now it is very easy to score 100% marks in class 12th computer science if you know the pattern of the questions. Now here first thing is in unit 1 30 marks question will be asked from Python, in unit 2 from networking 15 marks question will be asked, unit 3 database management MySQL 15 marks question, unit 4 society law and ethics 10 marks question will be asked. Now from the pattern of the exam, now this is how the question papers will be designed. So from revision portion, normally this question number 1 is framed. So here valid and invalid, either identifiers, operators. So like this question will be asked. You all know which are the arithmetic operators, which are the relational operators, logical operators and assignment operators. So this is the pattern of your question paper. You can go through this pattern. I will discuss it at the end of your video. I will discuss this pattern, that which all questions will be asked of how many marks and in which question number. So this is fixed. So 4 marks question will be which all questions, 3 mark question will be which all questions, 2 mark questions and 1 mark questions. So like this you will prepare for your exams. First you will solve all the 4 marks question, or first you will practice all the 4 marks question. Now let us start with the sample question paper. Now here this is your sample question paper. We will start with it. So here you can see there is one, this is a new paper. Now first question is, write the valid identifier in the following. Now what are identifiers? Identifiers are the names of the variables or anything like the functions. These are identifiers. Now normally identifiers start with the underscore and or a character. It cannot start with a number. So valid means which is correct. So here you can see the first one and the fifth one is valid. It is starting with an alphabet or underscore. It may contain numeric values, but it cannot contain special characters like dash. It cannot start with a number. It cannot have a dot. Clear? तो ये पहला जो क्वेश्चन है, इसमें क्या क्वेश्चन है कि वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स हमको इसमें निकालने हैं. तो कौन कौन से वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स से करेक्ट है? फर्स्ट वाला करेक्ट है और लास्ट वाला करेक्ट है. क्यों? क्योंकि आइडेंटिफायर रूल्स में हमने पढ़ा है कि इट कैन स्टार्ट विथ एन अंडरस्कोर एंड इट स्टार्ट्स विथ एन अल्फाबेट. इट मे कंटेन, अंदर हम न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज रख सकते हैं, लेकिन डॉट, स्पेशल कैरेक्टर, डॉट, इट कैन नॉट स्टार्ट, न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज से वो स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता है. तो ये वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स, वैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, ये वाले क्वेश्चंस जो है इसको अच्छे से हम कर लेंगे, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में हमेशा यही क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे. तो सारे वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स और वैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, जो भी ऑपरेटर्स है उसमें कौन सा वैलिड है. अगर इसी क्वेश्चन में सपोज ये लिखा रहता कि इनवैलिड कौन सा है, इनवैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, इनवैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स कौन सा है, तो हम बाकी के तीनों जो इनवैलिड है, गलत है, उसको लिखते हैं. Clear? So if in the question paper it is asked, you read the question carefully. If it is asked invalid identifiers, then second, third and fourth will be invalid, so that you have to mention. Next question is, write the type of tokens from the following. Now what are tokens? Tokens, here types they have asked, so 5 types of tokens you have to mention. Now we already have studied what are tokens and how many types. 5 types of tokens are keywords, identifiers, operators, literals and punctuators. Here you can see the first one is 12.6. So 12.6 is a literal, it is a constant. Then false, false is a keyword or boolean, so it keyword we will write. Then avg marks, avg marks is a identifier, and is a operator. So at the last one will be operator. Clear? Next question is, so these questions, you be careful, this normally is asked in question paper, types of tokens. So how we will identify any constant? It can be in single quote, it can be in double quotes, it can be a integer constant, it can be a float constant. So these constants we are writing literals. Then keywords which computers are using, if, for, while, all the reserved words are keywords. Then identifiers, the names of the variables of function, all these are identifiers. Then operators, all the mathematical, first one we have already seen, all the arithmetic operators, logical operators, relational operators, so all the operators. So it is also a type of token operators. Next question is name the Python library modules. So 3 modules will normally be asked: math module, random module, and statistic module. These 3 modules are given in your syllabus. Now ceil, floor, sine, cos, pow, square, sqrt, all these are math modules. Answer you will write as math. Random, randint, and randrange, these are your random. From random module we are importing it. So these are the functions of random. Now next question is rewrite the following code. Now here you can see the wrong code, and we will make the corrections and we will underline the corrections made. So here you can see the code here. In this code, what are the mistakes? Normally the variables identifiers are on the left side and the values, constant values or the expressions are on the right side. So here this first mistake will be number equals to 250. 250 equals to number is wrong. Second one, while will be in small letter. Third one, while number less than equals to 250, it is, yes, correct. So here 1000, if number is now equals to greater than is wrong. So this is wrong. You cannot write equals to greater than. Correct method is greater than equals to. Then print an input, it is a function, so the argument will be in parenthesis. So in print we are doing 3+ version of Python, so here it will be in parenthesis, and else will be having a colon, all the blocks like if block, so here colon will be there in while, for, while, if, else, elif will have colon in front. So here colon will be there. Next, this print is again here, the parenthesis was missing in this question. So this is your question and this is your answer. You go through the answer. If you have any doubt, you just mention in the comment section. We will solve your doubts. Now next question was to write the output. Here in question number 1, normally 3 outputs will be asked here, E, F, G. So you go through this question. Now here for name in Jayes, Ramya, Taruna, Suraj, print names. So here what will happen for name in, so one by one name will take. First name will take Jayes, it will print Jayes. Then if name 0 means the first letter, if it is capital T, then it will break. So first one, it is not having capital T, Jayes, it will print. After then, if it is not capital T, it will print finish. So the output of this will be Jayes, and then after Jayes finished, then again it will come here Ramya, print Ramya. Ramya is also not starting with T, so it will print finished. So after Ramya finished, then again it will come here Taruna, it will print Taruna, but Taruna is starting with T, so it will break. After it breaks, it comes out and it will print got it. Clear? इस प्रोग्राम में फॉर नेम इन लिस्ट दिया हुआ है, तो नेम एक एक लिस्ट का वैल्यू लेगा, लेने के बाद इस ब्लॉक को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. ये फॉर का ब्लॉक है. इसमें प्रिंट नेम लिखा हुआ है, तो पहले जायश प्रिंट करेगा. इफ नेम 0, नाम का 0 इंडेक्स मतलब पहला कैरेक्टर, अगर जायश का पहला कैरेक्टर जो है वो टी होता तो वो ब्रेक करके बाहर आ जाता, फॉर लूप को ब्रेक करके बाहर आ जाता. अगर टी नहीं है तो उसमें एल्स में आके प्रिंट फिनिश करेगा. तो इसमें पहला जायश है, तो जायश उसने प्रिंट किया, उसके बाद एल्स में आके फिनिश उसने प्रिंट किया. फिर ऊपर जाके रम्या लिया, नेम ने रम्या प्रिंट किया. रम्या भी टी से स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा है, तो उसने प्रिंट फिनिश किया. फिर उसने तरुणा लिया, तरुणा प्रिंट किया. प्रिंट करने के बाद तरुणा का पहला कैरेक्टर टी है, यस, तो ये ब्रेक कर गया. ब्रेक फॉर लूप ब्रेक करके बाहर आके इसने गॉट इट प्रिंट किया. तो यहाँ पे आउटपुट में क्या आएगा? जायश फिनिश्ड, रम्या फिनिश्ड, तरुणा गॉट इट. सो दिस इज योर आउटपुट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फाइंड एंड yes, now the next question is the output of the Python code. Here a list is given to you, 9, 18, 27, 36 for num in numbers. So it will take one by one. It will first take 9. For n in range 1 to num is 9 here. 9% 8 means remainder, 8 1 the 8, 9 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So 1 comma 2 means 1. For 1 it will print because top value is always 1 more. So it will print 1 hash. Then it will come out of the loop. It will take the second number 18. So here 18. Now 18% 8, 8 with the 8, 8 to the 16, 17, 18. So 2 plus 1 is 3 means 2. Till 2 it will execute. It will start from 1. So 1 hash it will print and then 2 hash it will print. Then it will go up 27. So 27 means 27% 8. 8 with the 8, 8 to the 16, 8 to the 24, 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Stop value is 4. So 1 less. So 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times it will execute. So it will print 1 hash, then 2 hash, then 3 hash. Then it will come out. Next is 36. So 8 to the 36, 0 remainder. So 0 remainder means 1. So 1 to 1 it will not execute for the last one. For 36 it will not print anything. So here the output will be 1 hash, 2 hash for the second 18. For 27 it will be 1 hash, 2 hash, 3 hash. Clear? Now next is your random question. Now you go through the question and we will check the output. So here is your question. Now in this question you can see first import random, then 100 plus randint 5 comma 10. Clear? So it will start from 5 till 10. So now it is printing. All right. So from 5 in 100 it will add minimum value will be 5. Clear? And maximum value will be 10. So here minimum value will be 5. So first one is wrong. The first one will get cancelled. Clear? Now the second one, so other three are correct till now from 5 to 10. It can be 105 to 110. Now second one. Second one is again 5 to 10 any value. So second one will be again 105 to 100. So this is also wrong. Second one. Third and fourth are correct. Now third one is same thing 5 to 10. So 105 to 110 correct. Fourth one is 100. So here 4 values it is printing. First one will print the first. So it can be any value between 100 and from 105 to 110. Same way second, third, fourth. So the answer will be third and fourth. Clear? Now the next question is what are the process of giving comments in a Python program? So this is very important. Two methods are there to give comment in Python program. One is single line comment and one is multi-line comment. For single line comment we use hash and for multi-line comment we use triple quotes. Suppose एक लाइन में अगर कमेंट है तो फिर हम हैश करके लिखते हैं. अगर एक से ज़्यादा लाइन में कमेंट लिखना है तो स्टार्टिंग में ट्रिपल कोट्स और पूरा लिखने के बाद लास्ट में ट्रिपल कोट्स. दो तरीके से हम कमेंट्स दे सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 2b. विच इज़ द करेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ टपल? टपल को हम कैसे डिक्लेयर करते हैं? टपल को हमेशा हम राउंड ब्रैकेट या पैरेंथेसिस में डिक्लेयर करते हैं. स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट लिस्ट के लिए होता है. कर्ली ब्रेस जो होता है वो डिक्शनरी के लिए होता है. क्लियर? तो यहाँ पे टपल जो है this is also, so here some missed, अच्छा this is ending with a square bracket. All right, so second is your correct answer. It is in parenthesis. round bracket के अंदर जो होता है उसको टपल बोलते हैं. तो इसमें second correct है. Now next question is identify the valid declaration of D1. So D1 का declaration कैसे है? D1 के डिक्लेरेशन में हमने क्या क्या यूज़ किया है इसको ठीक से एक बार देख लो. D1 के डिक्लेरेशन में हमने की और वैल्यू यूज़ किया है. तो ये सारे कीज़ है और वैल्यूज़ है. तो ये एक डिक्शनरी है, कर्ली ब्रेस में डाला है. लिस्ट अगर है तो फिर वो स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में होता और उसमें खाली एलिमेंट्स होते. एरे में भी खाली एलिमेंट्स, एरे में सेम टाइप के होते हैं होमोजीनियस, लिस्ट में हेट्रोजीनियस होते हैं अलग अलग डेटा टाइप के. टपल में राउंड ब्रैकेट, डिक्शनरी में कर्ली ब्रेस होता है और की वैल्यू पेयर होता है. तो इसका आंसर डिक्शनरी होगा फोर्थ वाला. नेक्स्ट, फाइंड एंड राइट द आउटपुट ऑफ द गिवन प्रोग्राम. ये पूरा CBSE बोर्ड के पैटर्न में है. पैटर्न इज सेम. इसी पैटर्न में आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम का पेपर आने वाला है. फाइंड एंड राइट द आउटपुट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पाइथन कोड. x का वैल्यू 45 है, वाइल x इज लेस देन 50 प्रिंट x. हमेशा x का वैल्यू 50 से कम रहेगा और ये हमेशा 45 45 45 45 प्रिंट करता जाएगा. तो इनफाइनाइट टाइम्स 45 प्रिंट करेगा. तो इसका आंसर होगा 45 विल बी प्रिंटेड इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ग्लोबल और लोकल से आने वाला है. तो ग्लोबल और लोकल का आउटपुट क्वेश्चन है, तो इसमें हम क्वेश्चन को देख लेंगे कैसा क्वेश्चन आता है. इसमें एक डेफ करके हमने यहाँ पे एक फंक्शन लिखा है जिसमें ग्लोबल टाइगर्स का वैल्यू हमने 15 लिया है. शुरू में बाहर हमने टाइगर्स का वैल्यू 95 डाला है, तो प्रिंट टाइगर्स में 95 प्रिंट करेगा. लेकिन जैसे ही हमने स्टेट 1 फंक्शन को कॉल किया है, यहाँ इसका वैल्यू 15 हो गया है और ये ग्लोबल हमने बना दिया, तो इसका वैल्यू 15 प्रिंट होगा. क्लियर. तो इसका आंसर हो जाएगा पहले वाले में 95, फिर ब्लॉक के अंदर आने के बाद 15 और इसको हमने ग्लोबल कर दिया है तो 15. क्लियर. So here answer will be 95 then 15 15. This is your answer. You can check it in computer. Output को check भी कर सकते हो. ठीक है. Next, what is the difference between local and global variable? ये पिछले sample paper में भी हमने discuss किया था. Difference between local and global variable. Local जो होता है वो एक block के अंदर एक function के अंदर declare होता है और खाली function के अंदर हम use कर सकते हैं block में. ग्लोबल जो होता है वो बाहर डिक्लेयर होता है एंड पब्लिकली डिक्लेयर होता है और उसको सारे फंक्शन सारे ब्लॉक में हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ग्लोबल एंड लोकल वेरिएबल? लोकल वेरिएबल्स आर प्राइवेट वेरिएबल्स विच आर डिक्लेयर्ड इनसाइड अ ब्लॉक, इनसाइड अ फंक्शन, एंड इट कैन बी यूज्ड ओनली इन दैट फंक्शन in which it is declared, whereas global variables are declared outside the function or a block and it can be used in all the blocks or in the whole program. Clear? So this is the difference between global and local. You can go through the difference here. It is given a variable defined within a function has local scope and a variable defined in the main program has global scope. Yeah. Now next is code you have to write for this bar chart. So here or portion is you have to write the output. So two questions are asked. First is a bar chart is given to you and you have to write here the program, the Python code. Write codes to plot following bar chart showing black bars. Now here you can see in axis you are having cities Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. So first will be import, always the first line is import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Next second line will be x-axis all the data. So city is equals to in square bracket Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata you have written here. Then here the population is given. You check what is the population and then you write those 4 populations here. Then plt dot bar, in always x-axis will come first, then y-axis of cities comma population. Then color equals to black. plt dot x label, in x label cities is written here, so in quote cities. In plt dot y label what is written? Population is written here. No title is given, so here no need to write plt dot title. If any title is given, that you will write here plt dot title, then in parenthesis in quotes you will write the title plt dot show. So this is your answer for this bar, and in the next one you will have a program and you have to draw the bar. Write the output means you have to draw it. So here first what you will draw? You will simply draw a y-axis and a x-axis. So simply 2 lines you have to take in your examination center. You better take your rulers, scale, eraser, pencil, everything. So here x-axis, y-axis you have drawn. If title is given, then you will make a box and you will write the title at the top, whatever is written in title, percentage of marks achieved by student of class 12, that as it is you will write here. X-axis you see in bar, x-axis index is written here, so the index values you will write here. Clear? This Anil index values is having this values of label, so Anil, Vika 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 bars will be there in this with the label this. And in y-axis you can see here in plt dot bar, PER is y-axis, so PER percentage, So here you can see in y-axis the percentage range is given from minimum value is 25 and maximum value is 95. So better from 0 to 100 you can make a chart: 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yes, now you will draw bars, and the color of the bar will be black, so you can shade it with pencil if you want. And then you have to write the title in ticks. You have to write these ticks. Clear? Font size is 10, rotation 20. Then here everywhere font size. So all right, no need to worry about it. So X label you will write here student name, and Y label you will write here percentage. Clear? Now next question is your text file. This will be of 2 to 3 marks question. So text file, how you are writing the question: if it is of character, then only read you will write. If it is word, then also read you will write. Dot split, read dot split. If it is line, then read lines or read lines. So here you will see the first question is: a text file contains alphanumeric text. Write a program that reads the text and print only numbers or digits from the file. So only it will check S digit and it will print those digits. So here you will open the file. F equals to open. The file name will be given to you in your question paper. Here it was given, and .txt. In read mode always it is open. For line in F, here actually read should be there. F dot read. For line in F dot read, then you have to split it. Here complete file, actually complete file they have taken, and from the complete file they are just reading the lines and then they are splitting and making in words. Instead of this directly you could have written here words equals to F dot read dot split. So directly words would have come, and then directly you could have written this answer. That would have been much more easier instead of taking two for loops with one for loop only. So we could have written F equals to open this. This is also correct. This answer is also correct. But I think the easy method is, after this F you could have written here words equals to F dot read dot split. There is a function here. So let me write that value only. So here what we would have written here, we would have written here words, maybe in small letters. So words then equals to F is our file, then dot read we are using to read the whole file. Clear? So words equals to read, and here only if you want you can split. Suppose here you can split it afterwards, or normally we can split here only. Then this words we will use with this while. So this was not required here. Directly this can be your answer. Clear? So words you can take here F dot read dot split, and for I in words, one by one word it will take, and in that word, what is the question? Reads the, let me go through the question first. Wait. That reads the text file and prints characters. It is characters. You don't require split in this. Characters means one by one. So this is a character based question. So here character you take it, and simply from the character, one by one character you can collect here, and then if you can do, it is not required. This is not required. So here, yes, now you see this question. Here instead of letter I am using here I. You could have used character. All right. Now this is the best method, easiest method. File you are reading. Reading means whole file, whole paragraph you have stored in CH. Now one by one character you are taking. If the character is digit, then it is printing. So this is the best method. Clear? The other methods were also correct. You can run the program and you can see it. The other programs are also correct. Now the next is function to remove the lowercase. So let's go to the next question. Now here remove lowercase, you have to remove it. So here output you have taken in write mode, and then you are checking for line in file. If not, line 0 is this. If it is not small letters, then output dot write line, you are writing in this output this, and then output dot close. So here two files you have taken, one is in file and one is out file. Now from in file you are reading. Here you can see this in file is there and one out file is there. In file you can use in read mode, so already it is open in read mode in the main program. If you don't want to open there, if you want to open here, so you can open here also. Suppose the in file you open here in read mode. Here I am opening this in file in read mode. Yes, now let us come to this. Yes, now here I am typing. So we will go to I equals to, now file dot open. So here it will be open in this mode. So instead of this, we have to open the file. Here we have to open the file in read mode and we have to open the file in write mode. So from whichever file you are, so this will be open. We are opening in write mode out file, and this we are opening in read mode. So we are opening our in file in read mode. So we will write here in file, comma, in read mode. Yes, now we are opening here the two files. One file is from where you have to read and the second file is from where you have to write. So we have opened one file in read mode, from where I will read, from in file I will read in read mode, and from out file I have to write, so it is in write mode. Clear? Now here I have used here, suppose in I have used here in F, in file I have used here. So here also in F you have to use. For line in F, here you are just going reading from this file, or you could have used here dot read and then line 0. What is the question? Remove access to line to the seconds. So this is your question. Let's copy all the lines. So it is all the lines. So here we could have used read lines also. All right, this is also correct. So what you could have done here, you could have written here F equals to inf dot read lines, and after reading the lines you could have taken one by one. This would have been much better. So here now what we are doing, एक फाइल को इन फाइल को हमने रीड मोड में ओपन किया है, आउट फाइल को हमने राइट मोड में ओपन किया है. इन फाइल जो है उसको रीड लाइंस करके पूरे लाइंस को हम एफ में ले आए. अब एक एक लाइन को हम उठा रहे हैं फॉर लूप लगा के, एक एक लाइन वन बाय वन लाइन वी आर line is taking, and then we are checking the first character. If it is uppercase or not in lowercase, this is one method. There are many methods given in your book. You can write the other method also. So this is also correct. Now this is also correct. Yes. Now the next question is binary search. Now from recursion, you know that one question will be asked from recursion. So here you can go through this question. Recursive program of binary search and recursive program of sum. So one question will be asked from recursion out of the 4 question in your syllabus. So binary search, you know what is binary search. Array will be there, key will be there, low and high will be there, given to you. Key is the value which you have to search in this array. We will assume that this array, all the elements are in sorted order. So arranged in ascending order. Now low will have the 0 and high will have. So these are the arguments, we don't have to worry about it. If low is greater than high, then it will stop, it will return and it will stop. Otherwise what it will do, it will take out the mid here, low plus high upon 2, and then if key is double equals to error of mid, then it has found the value. So this elif will be under this key. This indentation you have to be careful in Python while writing the answers. Here if key is less than mid, then high will be mid minus 1. बाइनरी सर्च में क्या होता है, हम मिड वैल्यू निकालते हैं, मिड इंडेक्स निकालते हैं और उसके वैल्यू को चेक करते हैं. अगर वो हमारे एलिमेंट जो हम सर्च कर रहे हैं उससे इक्वल्स टू है तो हमको मिल गया, हम रिटर्न करके उसको प्रिंट कर देंगे एंड वी विल स्टॉप आवर वर्क. अगर नहीं मिला तब हम लोग उसको चेक करते हैं कि वो मिड वैल्यू के ऊपर है कि नीचे है, उससे छोटा है कि बड़ा है. इफ़ इट इज़ लेस देन, अगर ऊपर है तो हमको ऊपर ढूंढना है, अगर बड़ा है ग्रेटर देन तो हमको नीचे ढूंढना है. तो ऊपर ढूंढने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम हाई इक्वल्स टू मिड माइनस 1 इंडेक्स वैल्यू में हमको खाली ऊपर का हाफ ढूंढना है, और अगर नीचे का हाफ ढूंढना है तो लो इक्वल्स टू मिड प्लस 1. And we will keep on searching and finally we will get the answer. So this is for binary search. This will be asked in board exam, I am sure. Then in OR you can get factorial, Fibonacci or sum of n natural numbers. This you will get in OR. Clear? Now here you can see the next question is to compute and print the sum of square of n numbers. Recursive code you have to write. So it is very easy. So n numbers means from 1 to n. So base case is 1 here. So when it will be 1, it will return 1. Otherwise, else you can return here n star. You will call this function continuously. This is sum of square of n. That's why it is n into n. In your syllabus, it was given sum of n natural numbers. That is given in your syllabus. So sum of n natural numbers you were writing, n plus you were calling the function, n minus 1 you were writing. But since in this question it is sum of square of n numbers, it is little bit different. इसमें square को हम add करते जाएंगे, तो खाली n plus की जगह पे हम n into n लिखेंगे. थोड़ा सा different है ये program. Clear? Now next question is to delete an element from a sorted list. So list is in your syllabus. List revision tour is there, stacks queues is there. So list 11 portion का जो भी list portion है उसको अच्छे से practice करना है सारे programs को. कोई भी element को जब हम delete करते हैं तो delete करने के लिए हमको क्या करना पड़ता है, simply वो element को उठाना पड़ता है और element को उठा के बाकी को हमको shift कर देना पड़ता है. ठीक है, तो here you will simply search the position of that element which is to be deleted. जिस element को delete करना है उसका index position हम search करेंगे linear search लगा के, और उसके बाद हम उस element को उठा के delete कर देंगे. इसमें delete करने के 2-3 तरीके हैं. हम list में कैसे delete करते हैं, हम del करके delete करते हैं. del list का नाम और उसका position जो हमने linear search करके निकाला है. और दूसरा मेथड क्या है, पॉप करके उसके ब्रैकेट पैरेंथेसिस में हम इंडेक्स पोजीशन को डाल देंगे. नेक्स्ट इज स्टैक एंड क्यू. ये 4 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आएगा. तो स्टैक और क्यू का, स्टैक का पुश पॉप आएगा और क्यू का इंसर्ट डिलीट आएगा. ये बहुत इजी है, इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है. पुश का हेडर दिया रहेगा क्वेश्चन पेपर में जिसमें स्टैक और आइटम दिया रहेगा. स्टैक लिस्ट की तरह है, आइटम जिसको डालना है तो इसमें हम स्टैक डॉट अपेंड करके एलिमेंट को डाल देंगे. और जो पॉप करने का रहेगा उसमें स्टैक दिया रहेगा, एलिमेंट कुछ नहीं दिया रहता है क्योंकि स्टैक में हमेशा लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट लीफो होता है. तो जिसको पॉप करना है हम सिंपली उसमें स्टैक डॉट पॉप करके एम्प्टी पैरेंथेसिस डालेंगे तो वो लास्ट एलिमेंट विल बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम दिस लिस्ट स्टैक. नाउ सेक्शन बी. Now in section B what you will have here, in section B it is computer networks. So we will do now computer networks section B. First जो section A था वो 30 मार्क्स का था. अब हम लोग section B कर रहे हैं computer networks. ये 15 मार्क्स का आएगा. इसमें किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, fill in the blanks आएगा, MCQ आएगा, full form आएगा, case study आएगा, cyber crime आएगा, ये सारे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. FM is the acronym for, FM किसका full form short form है, frequency modulation. AM or amplitude modulation, FM frequency modulation. Next is dash is a technology that connects the things to the internet over wired or wireless. जब हम सब all the things are connected through internet is the IoT technology we are using, Internet of Things. At home we are connecting our AC and all our devices with your mobile phone. So that is, the technology is called Internet of Things. That is IoT technology. We are calling it IoT or Internet of Things. Next question is, dash is a network device that connects dissimilar networks. Now dissimilar gateway is connecting dissimilar networks. Next, dash is a specific condition in a network when more data packets are coming to network devices, then they can handle and process at a time. मीन्स मोर डेटा, बहुत ज़्यादा आ जा रहा है डेटा पैकेज जिसको वो हैंडल नहीं कर पाता है, उसको नेटवर्क कंजेशन बोलते हैं. कि उस समय क्या होता है कि इतने डेटा पैकेट्स, इतने एलिमेंट, इतने डेटास आ जाते हैं कि वो हैंग होने लगता है, वो नेटवर्क कंजेशन हो जाता है. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट फुल फॉर्म आएगा ही, 2 marks फुल फॉर्म विल कम. सो POP इज पोस्ट ऑफिस प्रोटोकॉल, IMAP is Internet Message Access Protocol, CSMA is Code Division, CSMA will be Carrier Sense Multiple Access, CA is Collision Avoidance, TCP IP is Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. Clear? Clear? CSMA is Carrier Sense Multiple Access and CA is Collision Avoidance. In the syllabus it is given which all full forms will be asked. Go through the syllabus, it is clearly mentioned that these all will be asked. Next, like SSH was given in that, secure shell, so which all will be asked, it is given there. Next, how many wires are there in twisted pair? This you all know, 2 pairs are there. What is the name of connector which is used to connect it with internet to wires को जब हम connect करते हैं एथरनेट पोर्ट से, तब उसको RJ45 बोलते हैं. जो टेलीफोन लाइन से RJ45 कनेक्टर बोलते हैं उसको. आइडेंटिफाई द टाइप ऑफ साइबर क्राइम फॉर द फॉलोइंग सिचुएशंस. स्टॉकिंग बाय मीन्स ऑफ कॉल्स, मैसेजेस एक्सेट्रा. व्हेन यू आर जस्ट गेटिंग कॉल्स, मैसेजेस एक्सेट्रा, which, so what type of crime it is cyberbullying. Then a criminal install confidentially a small device on the debit card insertion section machine in your ATM machine to steal the information. ATM machine में जो वो छुपा के कैमरा लगा देता है या कोई भी मशीन डिवाइस लगा देता है जिससे दूसरे लोगों के ATM कार्ड्स के डिटेल्स वो कैप्चर कर लेता है, उसका डिवाइस कैप्चर, उसको ATM स्किमिंग बोलते हैं. नेक्स्ट, कंटिन्यूसली सेंडिंग बल्क रिक्वेस्ट टू अ वेबसाइट so that it is not available to any, means denial of service. उसमें क्या हैंग हो जाता है, स्पैम्स, बहुत सारे स्पैम्स आ जाते हैं कंटिन्यूसली तो ये डिनायल ऑफ सर्विस हो जाता है क्योंकि वो काम नहीं कर पाता है. नेक्स्ट, Jonathan and Jonathan Training Institute is planning to set up its center. Now this is a case study. This is very easy. 4 blocks will be given to you or 5 blocks will be given to you. Normally 4 blocks are given and you can see the distance between the block will be given to you and how many computers are there in each block it is given, and they will ask you the question that where server is to be placed, and normally whichever is having the maximum, जैसे इसमें 150 maximum number of computers है तो सर्वर हमेशा एडमिन ब्लॉक में. तो हमेशा इसके क्वेश्चंस क्या रहते हैं, सर्वर कहाँ प्लेस करना है और क्यों. तो जिसमें नंबर ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स ज़्यादा है वहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे सर्वर विल बी प्लेस्ड इन एडमिन ब्लॉक बिकॉज इट कंटेन्स द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन क्या आएगा कि टोपोलॉजी कौन सा यूज़ करेंगे, स्टार टोपोलॉजी यूज़ करेंगे. तो इसमें देखते हैं क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए थे. नाउ दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस विच वेर आस्क्ड इन दिस. क्लियर. एंड these answers, I will share the answers also so you can go through this paper once again. If you have any doubt you can clear your doubts. So these are the questions, options were given. So here you can see first question same, where the server is to be placed and why, because admin block is containing the maximum number of computers. So you will write here first admin block. Second question was which topology. So star topology, you have to draw the topology. Since admin block was having maximum number of computers, you keep it in between as server, and then the rest 3 departments you connect it. Clear? Next is suggest the device to be installed in each of these wings. Computers, you have to connect and give interconnecting computers. So here you will use to connect all the computers, giving internet. Modem also you can use, switch also you can use, router also you can use, because you have to connect the computers of each building. So in building, normally what we do, we use switch or router, many computers if you want to connect. And to give internet connection, we will use modem. From one modem we can give internet connection. So if they will ask you only to connect the computers, you write switch or router. If they will ask you to connect and provide internet, then you can write modem also. Clear? Next, suggest the most suitable wired medium for efficiently connecting each computers. All right, in every building, normally you have seen you are using Ethernet cables. In some places, they are using coaxial cables. So we will write here Ethernet cable to connect in each building. Clear? Next is section C. Now, section C is database management or MySQL. Now, in this, which questions are asked? All the clauses will be asked at the beginning, and then MySQL queries, and then the output will be asked. This year, Django question will be asked. Clear? Connectivity questions will be asked. Next year, Django portion has been removed from in 2021 syllabus. So, 2020 it will be asked. Now, which key is used to select rows containing columns that match a wildcard? Wildcard के लिए हम हमेशा like use करते हैं. So, like clause is the answer. Wildcards, which are the 2 wildcards here? Percent and underscore. Yes. So, 2 wildcards we will use here, percent and underscore, and the clause which we are using is like. So, like keyword, you will write here like keyword. Which clause is used to select specific rows in a table? Condition लगा के अगर specific rows उठाने हैं तो where clause लगाते हैं हम. Where clause लगाने से suppose the question is display the marks of Riya, तो खाली रिया का ही उठाना है मार्क्स, तो वेयर में हम लिखेंगे वेयर नेम इक्वल्स टू रिया. तो वेयर क्लॉज से हम कंडीशन लगा देंगे, तो खाली स्पेसिफिक रोज को ही वो उठाएगा. टू सिलेक्ट स्पेसिफिक रोज वी विल यूज वेयर. Which command is used to change the number of columns in a table? Alter command can add, modify and drop the columns. So only using alter command you can change the number of columns. For adding also we are using alter, for dropping also columns. Dropping of columns also, deleting any column also we are using alter. Which function is used to check whether MySQL, yes, this is connected function. Now after this is connectivity, MySQL Python connectivity. Now here after connecting it using .connect to check whether the connection is okay or not, we use isConnected function. This is one ready-made function. Using this function you can check whether it is connected or not. Next, difference between char and varchar. Char having fixed length, varchar having variable length. Char takes more space, varchar takes less space. Char pads with space, varchar takes only that much space, so no need to pad space. Next, unique and default value. Constraint. Unique will allow user to enter only unique values like unique roll number, unique admission number. Default values, when user will not enter any value, it will take the default value. So default keyword is used and unique keyword is used. While creating the table, we are using these constraints. Next, what are the 2 types of HTTP requests in Django Web Framework? 2 requests are there, get and post. In main CBSE paper of CBSE sample question paper, they have given the difference between get and post. So get is used to get any information from the server. Post is used to post your data or send your data to the server. Suppose using a Google form you are sending the data, you will use post method. You are searching in Google search and you're getting some information, that is get. Clear? So here only two methods they have asked, two types of HTTP requests are get and post. Now next question is table they have given and output questions they have asked here. So from this table we have to see the output questions. Now table is given to you and these are the output questions. So first output question is from this table, select count star from this where name like means name contains a. Percent means anywhere in the name a is there. So Samar is having a, Kamal is having he, Veena, Archana, Arpit. So except Sujit, all are having a. So what we have to do? We have to count them. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 are there whose name contains a. So answer will be 5. Very easy. Only we have to count whose name contains a. Next question is maximum class from sports where grade 1 equals to grade 2. So we will see where grade 1 equals to grade 2. Grade 1 equals to grade 2. Maximum class. There we will display this maximum class. Where it is equal, let me search. BB is equal, AA is equal. Now maximum will be 9. See, where grade 1 equals to grade 2, so only two places it is equal, this BB and AA. Now BB class is 7 and AA class is 9. So maximum value you have to print, it is 9, very easy. Next question is select count star from sports group by. Now here grouping question they have asked, only G name you have to group and then you have to display the count star. So here you have to group G1. So G1 you group it, all B together, A3 together and C is 1. So here what you have to do, game, this is game 1, sorry, game 1. So cricket is 2, tennis is 2, swimming is 1, basketball is 1. So the answer will be 2, 2, 1, 1. You have to count after grouping. So first you have seen how many cricket? 2 cricket. So 2. Then how many tennis? 2 tennis. So 2. Then how many swimming? 1. How many basketball? 1. Over. Now next question is to write the SQL query. So output questions are over. 3 marks output question will come. Now here these queries you have to write. MySQL queries, these are also very easy. All display means all answer will be starting from select. Clear? So select, what you have to select, that you have to write, like name, whatever is written here. If it is number of students, count star you have to write. If it is name you have to write. Then from table name is sports, that you will write. Then where the condition, you can go through the video of this, special video is there for this MySQL queries, in which all the questions have been discussed, because this will come of 15 marks, 15 marks. So if you go through that video, your 15 marks will easily, you can achieve 15 marks. Clear? So here these questions, first one is display name of the students who have grade A in either game 1 or game 2. So select name from sports where grade 1 equals to A or game 1 equals to game 2. Next, display the number of students having game cricket. So select count star from sports where game 1 equals to in single quotes cricket. Display the name of students who have same game for both game 1 and game 2. So select name from sports where game 1 equals to game 2. Next, display the games taken by the students whose name starts with A. So select game 1 comma game 2 from sports where name like a person starts with A, means like a person. Clear? Parenthesis is not required in this. Yes, now section D is society, law and ethics. So in this all the cyber laws, so here all the cyber crimes will be discussed. It is a theoretical chapter, you go through this chapter. It is stealing someone else's intellectual work. This is called plagiarism. It is very important. Like intellectual property, if anybody has written a poem or song and you are just stealing, somebody else is stealing that song and singing in her name or publishing any book of others in her name. So that is wrong. That is called plagiarism. And because intellectual property rights are there, so if somebody has, so name, write the name of the ethical issue, it is, answer will be plagiarism. Next, what is dismantling operation in recycle and recovery of e-waste? Wherever electronic wastes are there, you cannot throw it here and there. Suppose old mobiles, old computers. So what they do is, you can give to the e-waste companies and they will simply dismantle it, open it, and recycle and recover some parts. Some parts are useful, they can use it. Some parts they can are metallic, so they can convert it into some other parts. And the dangerous parts, they will handle it like that. Means there are some rules which they have to follow. Posing and someone pose Next question: posing as someone else online and using his her personal financial information. Now this is your, by phishing you are just taking the information and then you are posing that you are him and you are doing any work. So this is an online fraud. And next one is, what measures can you take to stop this? To stop this, normally all the precautionary measures are there. Clear? What are the precautionary measures? Firewall, then antivirus, then a strong password we can give. So here, a monitoring official body that ensures the, so this is your question: posing as someone else online and using his her personal financial information, shopping online or posting something is a common type of cybercrime these days. What are such type of cybercrimes collectively called online fraud? What measures can you take to stop this? A monitoring official body that ensures a sanctity, strong security mechanism by the e-commerce sites. Clear? So you can write here that we will use firewall, we will use antivirus, then strong passwords are there. Otherwise, these official bodies are already there, they are doing their work. Now, next question is, define the term phishing without informing to take any personal information, that is called phishing. And computer forensic, for any type of crimes, they are taking the fingerprint matching, blood group matching, whatever, that is computer forensic. So here, phishing is attempting to acquire sensitive information from individuals over the internet by means of deception. And computer forensic is methods used for interpretation of computer media for digital evidence. So these are your computer forensics. We are using computer media for डिजिटल एविडेंस. कंप्यूटर से हम फिंगरप्रिंट चेक करते हैं, चेक करके हम पता लगाते हैं कि एक क्राइम जो हुआ है उसके लिए कुछ भी चेकिंग करना रहता है वो हम कंप्यूटर से चेक करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज, Mr. Jayanto Das is confused between shareware and open source software. Shareware is we can share with others. Clear? Whereas open source for a trial period we can share it. And open source software is program code is available to you and you can change the program. Source OSS is open source software, means the program code is available to you, you can change, source code is available to you, you can go through the source code, you can modify, you can make your own programs. And shareware, for a trial period you can share, you can use the software, you can share with the others also. So point of difference you have to write here. So these point of difference, it is written for a particular time, fixed time you can share it, and the source code is not available in shareware, whereas in open source the source code is available. Next is, what are gender and disability issues faced while teaching or using computers in classroom? Yes, in classroom gender issues faced are, normally girls are not opting for computer science. I have seen in many places, not in all places I will tell, in some places girls are opting. There are many places where girls are not opting for computer science. So under representation of girls, number of girls are less. Clear? Not girl friendly work environment, some places, not nowadays, it is not so, maybe in some places it is there. Now disability issues means suppose somebody is blind and you are just showing something, somebody cannot hear and you are playing the video. So those are the disability issues which we are facing while teaching and using computers. So how to avoid it? The softwares are there which will convert it into, suppose somebody is blind, you can convert it into audio and you can just play it. And if somebody cannot listen, you can just convert it into braille using a converter braille software. You can convert it and then you can go through the information. So these are the sample papers. There are many sample papers. I will share one by one. I will try to share one daily or alternate days each paper. You go through this. If you have any doubt, now how to prepare it already we have discussed here. From the old papers we have made a chart here which all questions normally is asked and will be asked of how many marks. So 4 marks question we have already seen. First we will prepare all the 4 marks questions, stack cues, then case study. So all the 4 marks we have separated here. Then we will prepare all the 3 marks question here, then 2 marks question, and at the end all the 1 marks question we will prepare. Clear? So your exams, your 2020 exams will be from 7 July. 2021 exams, same pattern of paper is there. You can go through this. Maybe some portions will be removed by CBSE, so that when it will be removed, we will prepare accordingly. So thank you. Have a nice day. I think it will be very helpful to you. Go through the portion. If you have any doubt, kindly write in the comment box. Even if you have learned something from this, please mention in the comment box so that we can get an idea of our next video, how to prepare it. And keep subscribing my channel